Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 136. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Jesper did a fake scream into the mic. You want to do it now?
I'm not going to scream. I just want to say hello.
Hello. Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining. Gary, first comment. That's pretty impressive.
Hey, my comment was the first one.
Wow. a non person on the show. So
are you talking? I
No,
think he's a person.
Do not throw me under the bus. Guys, thanks so much for listening. If you can go to Gig Economy. Nope, that's Jesper's line. I'm already out of the loop. So
I have a line?
Yeah, you do. If you guys can review the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify or Podchaser, if you post a review and DM me a picture, I will send you a special gift. I'm not telling you what it is.
Oh,
and
wow.
No, it's not a picture of my penis.
Can I do it?
No, you cannot.
I already have a picture of your penis.
That's what she said.
Oh, wow. It went crazy. Anyways, if you submit the review from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podchaser, I'll send you something. And then if you're on Facebook, you can give us stars to highlight your comment, just like on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, if you go on YouTube and you want to become a member of our community, for $3 a month, you get extra gifts, GIF, or GIF, however you want to say it. Images, and a picture specifically just for you. No one else has those in the entire world, just you. So you can join that.
That's pretty cool. And then when you're done with that, you go to gigeconomyshow.com and you see all of it. And I just realized that I did not update the schedule. So I am so bad at this.
What schedule? On the website?
Yeah, it's still February schedule. I'm sorry.
Why can't it just be like, now that it's every, like, you feel like you could set it up once, and now that we're every Wednesday?
Yeah, but it's different dates, right?
Oh, yeah. Can't you just like my schedule, it goes every other.
Every other.
Gary, I'm sending you a Dow, but it won't be a special one behind the wall. Anyways, if you want to join the Patreon that supports us and you get extra perk, basically you get an ad-free show. When we talk about ads, you don't have to listen to those because you're already paying us for our awesome content.
Right.
And tonight, after the show, about 9:15, Jesper and I will be on for a little bit. I don't know. We never know what we're going to talk about, but it always turns out good. So if you go to patreon.com/gig-econ-podcast, or just go to patreon.com and search the Gig Economy Podcast. And speaking of our awesome members, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from GR, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud Dickman from North Carolina. Oh, wait, Tom Kelly from Houston. I forgot we needed to update these. A couple people quit. Omar from Detroit. That's why we need a new one tonight.
Yeah, please. We need a new one.
Omar from Detroit, which I haven't heard from in a while. Lindsay G, which I've only messaged once. And, of course, Jamie. Jamie.
And if you don't know Jamie, go listen to episode 135.
Yes.
Then you get to know Jamie.
Yes, that was a fun episode.
I know.
Her Coachella story was great. I did highlight that this week in our video, so I thought that was really funny.
I mean, it's just always fun to talk to people who's been around for a long time.
Yes.
And it's just cool. I mean, she used to drive in LA. I mean, that was where it all started.
It's very cool to talk to somebody from different markets and just a different perspective. Yes, we know it all, of course, because we're the best, but it's so nice to have other people and like, oh man, that would be crazy. Or I never thought about that. Yep. And they have different apps in different areas. So if you're in, let's say California and you've never tried this app and you heard Jamie's from California, she does blah, blah, blah app. Like, cool. Maybe I should try it.
Correct.
So that didn't happen on that show, but I mean, that's the example.
Yep. So, but again, just, go listen to 135 if you haven't already. I'm sure you're going to pick up a tip or two, and it'll be awesome.
Tip or two. And, of course, if you want to connect with a larger group of community other than on here, you can go to Telegram. We have a link in the description. You can join that, talk shit, have fun. I mean, sometimes it's a ton of gig work talk. Sometimes it's politics, and I have to slap patties. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of politics, but it was getting out of control one day. I had to, lay the law down. Like, good Lord, people. But yeah, I would love for you to join that community. Stories from the road. Jesper, you have paragraphs, so I'm really excited.
Paragraphs.
Not really.
Well, so I have two stories. So last weekend I drove both Friday and Saturday. I drove 12 hours total, and I averaged $40 an hour.
You did on Saturday. You did not average that on Friday.
I did all of it. So I calculated all my total earnings for both week and for all 12 hours.
Yeah.
And it still was $41.50 an hour. So so that's pretty cool. I mean, and it was kind of Friday was pretty slow.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Friday was pretty slow, but still, I mean, after 10, it still became ride after ride after ride.
Yeah.
But they were long rides. I mean, I had to like go 10, 11, 12 minutes to pick them up and then drive, 20 minutes on the other side too. So, but again, I mean, most of the rides you made $20 on them. So,
I mean, you can't complain if you're $40 an hour.
I know, right?
That's even better on some of the the bonus quest weekends that you've worked.
Yeah, and that was even without a quest.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get a quest.
That's what I'm saying. So I know we were out Friday. You sounded a little depressed on the radio because it's like you're like, oh, it's so slow, and like I get it, man.
It was slow for a bit, but then it picked up again, and it was fine. So, anyways, I have emesis bags in my car, and if people,
what are emesis bags?
Well, I was gonna say for people who don't know what emesis bags are, those are the professional puke bags, right? So
we talk about them so much, we should like hang one in the studio.
I know
somewhere.
We really need to bring it, but it's the puke bags you get at the ER or whatever. They have that little plastic ring so they stay open, and it's a blue bag, and it's definitely worth having them. So I believe both of these stories actually happened Saturday.
Okay.
The first story happened later than the first story, but I'll come back to the second story. I'll come back for that one. So anyways, I was taking somebody home from the bar. It was probably a little bit after 12. And they had a good time. I mean, definitely had a good time. And one of the lady, she was like, I mean, definitely inebriated, right? Drunk.
Oh, yeah, I know what you meant.
and it went fine. She had asked for it to be warm. Apparently she was cold. And I mean, she was wearing normal clothes. It was middle-aged couple, I would say.
Yeah. Normal clothes. Like she wasn't half naked.
Exactly right, but she wasn't wearing yeah, Gary, let me talk. She wasn't wearing any winter clothes, and it was pretty cold. So they were cold, so they got in. They asked for a little bit of heat, so we went down, and then it was good to Wyoming, so it was probably a 20-minute ride.
Yeah,
because it was South Wyoming, so it's a long trip. About 7 minutes from where the destination, she all of a sudden, I could hear her take the emesis bag out.
Oh no, that's the worst feeling.
I know, I heard it, right? And so I was like, okay, here we go. So the new car I have actually has a sunroof.
Yeah.
So I cracked open the sunroof. I rolled down her window, and I turned off the heat.
Yeah.
And it got cold in the van.
Yeah.
But it's like it works.
Yeah.
Right. And so again. And then we kept checking on her, and obviously he wasn't very drunk at all. So he kept checking on her too and stuff. And no, I'll be fine. But you could just hear it, right? And then we just got there, and then she did one in the bag in the car, but she took it with her, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But the story was that the emesis bag saved the trip and the night, right?
Right.
So that was awesome, and I think they still tipped me like $15 something like that on the app, which was actually nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was definitely well worth it. Now, speaking of tipping, I've noticed that when I'm out, and this happened both Friday and Saturday, and it happened the last weekend too. I noticed that even though I see them tip right away, because I've several times I see them tip right away, those tips don't show up on the app for several hours.
Really?
And then all of a sudden, after 2 hours, I get like 5 tips just like that. Boom, boom, they come and roll in. I don't know what that happened, why that is, but so normally I drive 6 hours in a row, right? So that's what I do, and so I don't get any tips actually coming into the app for the first 2 to 3 hours, and then all of a sudden they just come in, and then they come the rest of the night.
I wonder if it's because of the upfront pricing. They bill their card and charge it right away, and then the tips come in later, so they need time to process through it.
It may be something, I don't know. It's just I've noticed that's kind of how it's been going.
Okay.
But definitely after a couple hours, I get several of them, and then they start coming in.
Gary, can I talk to Jesper right now? So, question for you. This is like tips made for other people. Is it better to roll the window down of a puker or leave it up? I know you're trying to cool it, but aren't you worried that will it go down? You know what I'm saying? Like which is going to be worse, having the window down so the puke? Because I know there's a little seal that kind of covers it once the window goes down, but which is worse, with the puke with the window open or inside? because at least
That's a good
inside
point.
she's probably going to go forward,
Right.
and it maybe hit the back and drop. But if
And it
it's
doesn't go in the door frame. Yep.
that's what I'm worried about. So I often wonder if it's which is better. Yeah, in your head, mentally, you're like, oh, they're gonna stick their head out. No, they're not. They're drunk and they don't fucking know what they're doing, and they're gonna go bleh, like that, and half of it's gonna go out the window, and the other half is gonna go down your door.
That's true.
So
that's
just
true.
a tip. I would say do not put your window down, but put that air on.
So on the car and well, actually these do the same, but the windows in the back roll down. Right?
Yeah.
Which normally they didn't used to do that in minivans.
Yeah, no. The old school minivans, they wouldn't go down at all. You had to
right
before power windows and stuff.
So, but now they go down, but they don't go all the way down. So there's like this much they won't go down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I wonder if that's enough to cover the seal. I don't know. I've never actually had anything go into the door frame.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of times where they go out and hit the outside of the door. And
yeah.
So
I've definitely the last time I had a puker in the door frame, it was my son. He had a migraine.
Yeah.
And I had to take the door frame off to make sure it was all cleaned out. But yeah. And the window was down. Pretty sure the window was down. I don't know. My wife drove them, but anyways.
Yeah.
I was just curious what your thought was on that.
Good point. We have had a story about somebody in the group where they were convinced there was puke in the door frame and they had to take it all apart. And they did. So
yeah.
So that has happened. So
I was a little nervous about taking my frame off, but I actually YouTube it and it wasn't as scary as it sounded.
Oh, okay. Was it you who did it? Maybe that was you.
No, it wasn't me, because I just recently did it with my son like 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never had anything go down in the crack.
Yep.
It's always been in there.
Okay.
So
well, the second story is a little bit different. So I went down to the bowling alley down on 54th Street.
Spectrum Lanes.
Thank you. Yep.
Woody's, whatever.
Woody's, yep, press box. And so that was actually funny because I went bowling on Sunday, and so so my second ride, first pickup or whatever, Saturday, it was there. I picked them up there.
Okay.
And so it was a group.
Is that where you went bowling too?
Yes.
Oh.
But I did that on Sunday. But
yeah, I know.
anyways, so my second my second fair, I picked up 6 people, right? And 6 young people, and it was 2 girls and 4 boys, I think it was. Okay. And they were, I think the old term is hoodlums, right? So they were like,
how do you know they were hoodlums?
I don't know. Well, anyways, so they were really good kids. I think they were.
Well, then they're not hoodlums.
Well, so the story goes, so one of the guys sits next to me, right? And I'm being careful as to how I say it, because I was just kind of being fine, and they wanted to go play bowling. They weren't able to because it was all booked. They couldn't do it, or whatever. And now they wanted to go to Beat Ups and eat. Okay. So I drove them down to Beat Ups on 44th Street. And that's like, I don't know, $10-minute ride or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just doing small talk, right? So I'm like, hey, what's gonna happen now, guys, and all that stuff, right? And the guy next to me says, I'm probably gonna go rob somebody. Right. And it's just, I didn't even comment on it because he didn't say it in fun.
Yeah.
Right.
He was probably just talking shit.
And he probably was.
Yeah.
Right. And I wasn't scared.
Right.
But it went with the image of what you hear about some of those kids. They certainly dressed the role. Let's put it that way.
You are on thin ice.
I know.
You are
and
on
I'm
very
not.
thin ice.
Anyways, so that was that.
So anyways, you felt uncomfortable because
I was uncomfortable.
I don't blame you.
Why would you say stuff like that, right?
Yeah, especially in a situation where you're picking up a complete stranger. Like if they're kids, they're stupid, but they need to know better. Like, you don't say that stuff. Like, you wouldn't go to school and say that.
No.
Now the real question is, were they even 18?
Oh yeah. They were.
Oh, they were? Okay. I'm not going to judge you because remember my attitude. Fuck it. I'm just going to drive them.
Right.
Except car seats. I won't do car seats.
No.
No car seat rides. But I'm like.
They were 18.
Yeah.
I'm convinced. At least one of them.
Did you pull the dash cam footage?
No.
You should have pulled it. Let's
I need to look at my dash. I think I may have to get a new dash cam.
Really?
Yeah, my camera was kind of. I need to look at it. It was blinking weird the other day, and I think, no, I don't think it's supposed to do that.
Well, check it out because maybe we can reach out to somebody and get one for free to review it or something.
Yep. No, I gotta do that. So, but anyways, again, it was just a little bit weird. I was, as I said, I wasn't scared. A little bit uncomfortable.
I mean,
and it was just a weird comment.
Yeah, that is a weird thing to say.
It's just.
And then you were silent the rest of the ride, right?
Absolutely, because what am I gonna say? Right?
I try not to engage anyone in there. I'll say hi, but that's it, unless they start talking to me. You know what I mean? I don't ever initiate too much unless it's like somebody from the airport or something, like whatever. Like they always like to talk, but I especially in those, because it was an XL, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially in those, they're there to party. They were there to do their own thing, and so yeah, I just kind of let them go.
Okay.
But anyways,
most cases they will start talking to me, which I'm fine with.
Well, yeah, I am too.
So,
yeah, if they engage me, I will talk, small talk. But
right.
So I actually have some stories. One, Jesper's jealous of me because I got an incredible bonus this week. I don't remember the last time I drove for Uber. I think it was about a month ago. And all of a sudden, randomly, they send me a promo that is, if I do 5 rides, I get $75. And if I do 25 after that, so a total of 30, I get an additional $175. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was going to drive this weekend because of St. Patty's Day,
right?
Irish on Ionia. But I was like, I got this. I'm like, shit. I mean, with my earnings, I'll probably have like $400 and 30 rides.
Right.
So I'm doing that right now. And today I just decided to work a couple hours. I had some time to kill. I'm like, I'm trying to get these rides done, right? Once you get that bonus in your head, like, I don't care. Think about anything else. If I have 3 hours to kill, I'm turning my app on. And of course, thanks to Gary's apps, I'm able to set my parameters at 7 miles. No, sorry, 7 minutes.
Right.
So today it took me a little bit to get some rides, but yesterday I was back to back, and all within that parameter. Now, did they decline a few? His apps declined a few, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't stop.
Right.
I did not stop until I was. I mean, I drove like 5 hours straight, just solid. Didn't even get out of the car.
How many do you have left now?
I have. Let's see. I needed 15, so I have 11 left.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I got to get Sully on the bus, and then I got to be to school at 11:15. So I probably won't get them all done in the morning, but I'll be pretty darn close.
Well, you got to do them before Monday morning at 5, right?
Well, I thought that's normally how the week quests work, but it said March 28th.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just like because it's not a regular
special one.
I think it's just because we miss you. You get the whole month to do it in. But the regular quest, which was like 110 for 50 rides, is due at 4 a.m. Friday.
I got that one too.
Yeah,
bullshit.
You're the one that we got. Shit, I should have grabbed my phone.
Well, I don't know if you remember that my bonus was different than yours
for this weekend.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let me go look because I'm sure we shared the pictures. Okay, so my bonus this week is for the weekend is 60 trips for 185 or 50 trips for 145.
And scroll up and see mine.
Yeah, yours is 50 trips for 175. So yours is better.
Yep.
They probably because we gave him this other one, so
right.
Let's give him a
but
little
then
less.
If I did 70, you can see I get 225. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get it. Like I think I'm gonna from here through the weekend. I'm just gonna do straight ride share.
Okay.
Just try to see if I can get that 50 ride one, that'll be cool. But
so I still go back and forth as to whether I'm actually gonna drive on Saturday.
You're gonna drive. You were no, and then you came here in the studio. You're like,
well, I don't want to, and then I start hearing to you, and you're like, oh come on, group pressure.
I'll tell you something right now. The stories that you brought up about the cells being dead, if that happens, I'm out.
Oh, it will.
I'm done.
It will.
Because I can't say it will, because what if they improved it?
Well, that's true, but the 1 year they brought in a special cell, like a manual tower or whatever.
I know,
and it still didn't work. Shit.
It didn't at the time, but Jesper, there's always room for opportunity.
They
have a growth opportunity, and I'll try it. But if it don't work, I'm fucking out of there. That's why I'm going to plow through this bonus and make sure I get it, so I don't get fussy and be like, oh, well. I mean, I'm sure I could go take rides in Granville and not worry about it, but.
My question though is, can you work on 2 bonuses at the same time?
Yeah, it's all simultaneously. I'm working on the quest this week, the 51, It's
So you're gonna
adding to
get
that.
both of them?
I could get all 3 of them.
Holy
If I literally
shit.
drove for the next, if I drove 12 hours a day through the weekend, I would
Right.
get all the bonuses. It would be like
Huh.
$800 worth of bonuses. But am I going to do that? Fuck no. I got a life.
Well,
So,
you know.
I mean, anyways. And then today, oh my gosh. And I know people that are listening to this have experienced this, but this is why I hate rideshare. Because you get all types of people. Like Jesper talked about the hoodlums.
Right.
I pick up this guy, and I was talking to Jesper pre-show that there's a lot of like underprivileged pantries around town. In fact, yesterday I picked one up from downtown, and today I didn't know this one was over here. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but you tend to get people that their hygiene isn't the greatest. So I picked a guy up today. He gets in the car. The BO was so bad. Like I cracked the window immediately.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, this is why I don't want to do rideshare.
Right.
I do food delivery and I get to smell Five Guys or Panda Express or Wendy's. No, I don't want to smell your armpits that you haven't washed in 20 years.
I was gonna say now you're smelling 5 day without shower, guys.
Yeah, five smells like he had 5 guys in his armpit.
That's what she said.
Anyways, I hate smelly people. Yeah, I'm good. I just want to check, make sure I wasn't smelling. Maybe it was me the whole time.
Maybe it was. Yeah,
Gig
maybe it
economy
was.
in the news. First picture up here was really funny. My tax is done. Hit while I'm doing Lyft. Man, please get the fuck out of my car. Very funny. I don't need to work anymore. I got my tax refund. Get the hell out. So I thought that was funny.
No, it is. The second one is almost like a little bit of it's like a commercial, I guess.
It is, but it's interesting. I talked about this on Steve's show a couple weeks ago.
Right. And it is interesting. And I think we're gonna see more of these, right? But this is basically Chase that in together with DoorDash is launching the first food card, where a credit card where you can you earn points on it, but now you're earning points towards DoorDash.
Yes.
So it's a DoorDash Rewards MasterCard.
Right.
The thing I thought was most interesting about it was that you can actually get the 1 free year of Dash Pass on it.
Yeah, where you save some of the fees and stuff.
Yep, you get unlimited 0 delivery fees, $5 5% DoorDash credits back on pickup orders, and you get member only offers. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, it's always good. I mean, I talked to somebody the other day about, what kind of credit card you're getting or whatever. And you always get the credit card towards
whatever you like the most,
where your needs are, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like you get a flights one.
We have just travel.
Oh, travel.
We have a travel one because we want to travel more, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so again, if you're using DoorDash a lot or you're using delivery services a lot, why not get something like this?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
For sure.
But like everything else, obviously, if you have a credit card, make sure you're paid off every month.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Because you don't want to get caught up in that bad loop, right?
Yeah, you got all these perks, and then you don't pay it off. Well, you just lost all the perks with all the interest you had to pay.
Correct. No, true, absolutely. So, anyways, the app keeps going on and talking about a bunch of offers you get by launching it. And I don't know for sure that it is fully set whether or not those offers are going to keep happening year after year or what, but they're still kind of trying it out. So
yeah,
so that's that.
I really like it's good for us, right? Because yes, can someone order DoorDash with a credit card already? Of course. But this is just going to be better for DoorDash as a customer or as a driver because it's just going to encourage people to order more food. I was thinking, Jesper, why do we have so many DoorDash stories? Why is it so much in the news? Like I look at like even 2 or 3 tonight are DoorDash.
Well, it's free advertising, right? I mean, so if you want to get positive, and that's part of what, it's the whole SEO stuff, but it's all about giving good content. So if you have good content to share, you put it out there and you're having, that's another reason why you want to do this. You want to do these things so that you get in the news all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we're not talking just good stuff. Like, the next one we're talking about a tipping issue. The next one we're talking about a DoorDash driver that their car was disgusting. Like, this seems like DoorDash keeps popping up everywhere.
No,
it's
that's
like,
true.
in which I hope people aren't getting sick of it. I enjoy a lot of the stories, and I enjoy because I mean, that's my made food delivery app is DoorDash. So maybe I key in when I see stories and I pull the DoorDash ones, but
maybe it's because you use DoorDash so much. That's all you see on you.
I mean, it could be the algorithm, but like I rarely pull anything from Amazon Flex. Grubhub is like they might as well go bankruptcy.
We haven't talked about flexing forever.
Well, I haven't done it. Yeah, I'm trying to baby because my truck is going to my daughter at the end of the year, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be running down these because it's rough in the spring on those cars. You're all rural. That's hard to say. Rural roads. Say that. If I rolled my R's like a Mexican, I would be able to do it. But so yeah, I haven't talked about that. But anyways, let's get back on track.
I know.
Delivery Cat says because DoorDash is like the Wild West. It is. He says their concept is good, but their execution is terrible. Not to toot my own horn, but that's where I started Delivery Cats Cooperatives. What is Delivery Cats Cooperatives?
Maybe we need to talk to him about that and kind of get him on the show. And
maybe you watch this. Watch this, Sal. Maybe you need to join Patreon, and then we can bring you in, and you can talk about it on Patreon. We'll vet you through there.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. He's been a super fan.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
appreciate that. All right, moving on to again DoorDash. Let's see.
What's DoorDash?
So this picture, which this person must have DoorDash Pass because the deliver fee is $0 and the taxes were like cut in half.
Right.
So what's interesting about this, it says tip after delivery. You have the option to leave a tip directly for your Dasher after delivery.
Excuse you.
Wowzers. So that's interesting, right? I mean, typically you tip before, and I was looking at the this was some Reddit posts. It says the option to tip has been taken from me, and he literally cannot tip before he ordered. Like he can tip afterwards,
right?
Before he ordered. That's scary. Is that the way we're going? Is that we're going to tip afterwards? Because we've always said this is a bid for service. If there's no tip on there, they're not going to get their food delivered.
I know. Can you put it back on? I have a question about it.
Oh, sure.
And so I don't use DoorDash very, ever, really.
I do it like a couple times a month. Seriously, I do.
No, I mean, it's fine. But so the delivery fee, the 99-cent, right?
Yeah.
That's free because of the Dash Pass.
And that varies on the delivery fee depending on the restaurant.
What the hell is the Dasher support fee?
Oh, yeah.
And the express fee.
Yeah.
And the fees and estimated taxes.
So the express fee, my guess is so they don't double up on an order. So that means they're just going to pick up your food and deliver you, because I'm always taking doubles or triples.
Right.
So I bet you that was, I don't know, the Dasher support fee. They're paying for our awesome support. Like,
but I'm like, okay, why would I get the Dash Pass if all I get is the 99 cents?
Well, you're saving like $6 with the Dash Pass, which if you order 3 times a month, it pays for itself because the Dash Pass is $10 a month.
Or $96 for the year.
Okay, but
that's what it said. But no, yeah, but I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
oh sure.
If you order a couple times a month, the Dash Pass is worth it because it's going to knock those fees out. But the fucking $3 Dasher support fee, God help me if I ever have to reach out to support. I'm an idiot.
I'm like, but that's the thing that kills us, right? Is all the damn fees.
Well, yeah, this started out at 41. He has all these discounts, and it's still $48.74.
I know.
And this is without a tip.
So the food price is $41.97.
Yeah,
right.
Which was already probably jacked up.
I know.
So
and he gets a $5 discount, and it's still $8 more.
Yeah.
So it's like $16 to deliver it.
I don't know how people do DoorDash regularly, even if you had the Dash Pass. I mean, you're still paying out the ass. By the way, I have a random question for you.
Okay.
You sent me emails. You didn't send me any emails. Are you the one I'm talking on Instagram?
Oh,
maybe I'm talking to somebody on Instagram.
Boy, delivery cats. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a local delivery service. Anyways, God damn it, you get me off track.
Not very.
Question for you. You may not know this. Can you buy alcohol beverages on Sunday before noon in Michigan?
No,
you can't, right? You can't. It doesn't matter. Anywhere, you can't.
No. They. I mean, even. I mean, if you go into Meyer before noon, all the alcohol aisles are closed off.
Okay, they weren't this past weekend. I thought the same thing. So I get a DoorDash. It's Sunday at like 10 o'clock, and I was kind of close to Hudsonville, and it was a little slow. I was like, I'll take it. It was like going to be $12, one bottle of booze. That's all I had to pick up. So I go over there, and I grab the booze. It wasn't locked, and I walk up, and then I thought to myself, wait a minute. It's before noon. I think I didn't even try to cash out. I think I should have tried because this is what I said. I'm such an idiot. I did not reach out to support because I hate support. I just unassigned it. And so I lost money on it. But now Gabe was saying to me that in Ann Arbor, you can buy booze before noon on Sunday. But I thought it was a state law. If you Google it, it says state law, you can't. But maybe it's area specific.
Yeah, maybe.
But it was not chained off.
I didn't think you could.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I'm not going to buy booze on Sunday, so it may have changed decades ago, and I don't even know. But I remember back in the day, like one time we were going to the lake or something, and we went to go grab some beer before, and they're like, nope, you can't buy it till noon. I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
Well, they used to say you can't buy it after 2 a.m. in the morning on Saturday night.
Well, that's any night, I think.
But then when can you start buying again? Like
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Okay.
But I never understood why Sunday's the Lord's Day, so we're not going to drink from 7 a.m. to noon because we got to go to church. Like that literally is what it sounds like, which is fucking stupid.
I know.
I mean, anyways, that was a complete.
So we should be able to. So I don't go. I'm not planning on going to church. Okay, you can have it then.
Well, yeah. You're not going to church today? Oh, I said a prayer before I came. All right, here's your vodka.
I'm all set. Yeah.
I don't.
Here's your fifth of vodka.
I don't know. Like it's very. I often want to look at why these rules got created. Like I'm sure I could find it online, but I'm like, why is this a thing? Anyways, moving on.
Jesus he made water into wine, man. Come on.
I mean, yeah. Why are we locking it down on Sunday? Shit. When I grew up in Jenison, I couldn't. The Meijer was not open on Sunday.
Right.
I mean, you've been here. No, I bet it was open. You've been here for what, 20 years?
Maybe 23 weeks.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It was crazy in Jenison on Sunday.
Anyways,
moving on.
Play the next video. This is it's a DoorDash.
It's always fucking DoorDash.
This is a TikTok about DoorDash. Play it.
How could you not tip a DoorDash driver? Way more people feel like you shouldn't tip DoorDash than there are racist people.
What's the rationale? Is that it's already so pricey?
They're already paying DoorDash to get the food. Why can't DoorDash pay the people? Well, because DoorDash is one thing. That's a service. It takes servers and coding and fucking upkeep. You're paying for the ability to ask somebody to go get you food that you never have to talk to, that gets it from an app, and then they have to take their time as a human and drive and get it and burn their fuel, take their time out of their day. You're paying for two things.
We've had that lady on before, but it's so true. It's a bid for service.
Absolutely. And you should tip.
You should tip because I am not going to deliver your food. There's people saying like we talked about the tip afterwards, that there still will be people that will get their food because people take the $2.50. You know what I mean? Some people will still get their food, but until we all band together and stop taking that, I mean, I'm not a big, like, let's go on strike and everything like that, but I'm trying to do my part as the small little sliver on the podcast and be like, listen, don't take those. Right. Don't. If you're struggling to get orders, multi-app, do something else, but don't take those. You're only hurting yourself in the long run.
Right. But let's go back to it. Okay. So $2.50 minimum, right?
Yeah.
Is what you get. We just went through the DoorDash charged a heck of a lot more.
Yeah. Well, they charge $3 for a support fee.
I know. Right. So, okay. So the main reason why you're not going to get tipped is because DoorDash charges so damn much for delivering it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they shooting themselves in the foot? Because eventually.
Well, eventually what's going to happen is, like, I thought with inflation, it would slow down a little bit. It hasn't.
Right.
Eventually we're going to get in this giant ass recession.
Oh, yeah.
And people will be
that's
like,
coming.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
And people will be like, I ain't doing it more. I mean, I ain't paying all these fees. And then DoorDash can be like, oh shit, we need to pay the drivers more or whatever, because then if the orders aren't there, drivers aren't going to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but again, if you don't band together,
no, it's true. I
it's
mean,
never going to work.
But we talked about that the other day too, is for some people, and this is where it gets difficult and dangerous, right? For some people, it doesn't matter that it's a $250 order because they need the cash flow.
Yeah, they do.
They don't care that they're out there working for $8 an hour.
Yeah, I know.
Because they need it, right? They say, I have to feed my kid tomorrow,
Which
or whatever it is.
I respect the grind. I totally do.
Yeah.
But find another app. Do something else. You know what I mean? We talk about like diversifying. Like if DoorDash isn't giving it to you, why would you want to work for drive 6 miles for $250? Not just drive 6 miles, but sit in the restaurant and wait. Like, I mean, $2.50. I mean, I wouldn't take a shit on your chest for $2.50. I was trying to think the most disgusting thing I could. I don't know. Delivery Cats. I'm thinking you got the wrong email. Jesper probably broke it when he created the email. He probably broke it.
Team at
gigeconomypodcast.com. That's not the right it.
Well, I mean, it'll work.
No, Gig Economy Show.
Well, yeah, Gig Economy Show, but there is also gigeconomy-podcast.com. That works too.
Yeah, if
you got to remember the hyphen.
Yeah, that's probably it. But anyways,
so but no, I mean, yeah, so that is interesting. Actually, and I want to talk about that a little bit later, but I saw an interesting app, an interesting new drive-through concept in India.
What?
Yeah.
When are we going to talk about it?
Well, I didn't. We can talk about it a little bit later, but I don't have. I didn't get the story posted. So,
well, guess what?
What?
We're going to talk about that on the Patreon. You just came up with our story.
There we go.
There's a teaser. Okay.
Teaser.
Instacart customers frustrated after shoppers allegedly grocery shop on their dime. This isn't very. This is not uncommon. So basically, Instacart drivers are adding like nickel and dime little stuff. Like one of them says she had a $20 bag of frozen shrimp was added to her order, but she didn't order it and receive it. First of all, isn't Instacart like monitoring that stuff? Like even it should be like if the customer didn't text through the platform, why is there a bag of shrimp? Like, is it not sophisticated enough? Like when it goes to run the card, it has to read it quick, right? Like, you got to know approximately, let's say it's $100. They probably go what? $30 plus and minus or something of the card, or $30 more just to cover little extra.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is if they added a bag of shrimp without the customer asking, how is when they run because you get a card, Instacart card,
right? How
when they run it, they are not catching. Why is there a bag of shrimp in there? Is it just they can't do it fast enough?
Well, that's not what the card can't do that, because the card will just say approved, not approved.
That's true. It's probably pass fail.
Right. That's all that is.
So they know that maybe that Instacart gives them a little buffer so they can add a little. Yeah, that's right. Because you don't add it in the app. You just throw it on the cart.
Right.
Or on the conveyor belt at Aldi. They ring it up. So yeah, I bet you're right. The card's just pass fail.
The card's just pass fail. Right.
Oh,
so that's all that is. But and then I bet it's cheaper for DoorDash to just refund that money to the customer and then not deal with it.
Yeah, it could be.
But unfortunate, and this is where they need to get better at it, because then they need to fire those DoorDashers, right?
Instacart.
Sorry, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Instacart people that's doing that, because they're making it worse for everybody.
By the way, Aldi is on DoorDash now. I got a couple of orders this week, and they were not paying well. It was like 60. It was like Instacart money sometimes. Right. It was like 60 items for like, $12.
But it's just weird because Aldi does their own shopping.
Yeah, they do it for the pickup.
Right.
Not the shop and delivers. They do it just for the pickup. So they use Instacart platform. Okay. Yeah, because when you do the pickup, it's going to be amazing, and they pick the right stuff because they're actually all the employees that care about what they're doing.
Correct.
Anyway, so the people are nickel and diamond. This last incident that we're talking about online, it was through Kroger. I gotta love Kroger's. I highlighted this. Kroger and Instacart handles their same day orders and directed WRTV to them for answers. But I have received no such. This is Kroger speaking. I have received no such complaints recently. Also, if this is an issue with Instacart employees, I encourage you to address your questions at Instacart first. We don't employ the drivers. One option in the area served by Kroger Delivery: if shoppers choose same day grocery delivery, Instacart and its team handles the order. If customers can wait for the next day, their grocery orders will be delivered by Kroger delivery associates in the new blue trucks and no tipping. They added that in and no tipping. First of all, what the fuck? Don't add that. But basically what they're plugging their own service. Like, don't use Instacart. So I thought that was funny.
Right.
They recommend, contacting the Better Business Bureau, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But this is the best line. I highlighted two things at the end. The best way to ensure this doesn't happen is to shop for your own groceries. What the hell? Like, who adds that? Like, well, no shit. Like, we get that, but it still shouldn't be happening.
Right.
Oh, by the way, our service sucks. You should just shop for, I don't know who commented on that. Oh, maybe it was the Better Business Bureau commenting on that. But it's like, yeah, no shit. It still shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't be happening, but it goes back to the fact that the companies should be paying their drivers more.
Well, wait a minute. You're going into like employee versus contractor. Like,
no, but
because you could say the same thing about DoorDash. So,
absolutely.
So DoorDash pay us.
But why is the minimum fee $2.50?
I don't know.
If
they're gonna nickel and dime it down as low as they can because they want to make more money.
It's the same discussion as there's on Uber and all the other damn platforms, right? And again, my opinion haven't changed, right? When it comes to Uber. Again, if I'm out there doing $41, $42 an hour, I don't care what Uber charges.
Right.
That's on Uber.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right. But if you're only making $2.50,
I know that's the thing. There's such a big difference. There's no way I would ever do Instacart or DoorDash if my minimum was $2.50 and I was gonna be working. If one trip was gonna take me half an hour, and I might make $9 on it or $7 on it. No way.
Well, that's the whole thought of with DoorDash changing their way of tipping, like tipping after. Who's gonna take those? Somebody will take them, but like, who's gonna?
But isn't the way of fixing it to get DoorDash to actually just pay the drivers more?
Well, they just need to they need to do one of two things. They need to reduce their fees so customers will tip more.
Yes.
Or they need to take some of those fees and add it to the base pay.
Right. Make it a no tipping service or whatever, and then just pay us better, pay the drivers better.
So no tipping service, you say? So
it doesn't have to be a no.
Well, I'm just curious.
You can still encourage the tip, right?
Right. But what would you do DoorDash for? What would your base pay be? Like if you want, so you would probably say $10 an order, right? And you could do 4 orders in an hour, so you could make 40. If you want to get it round numbers like that, you can't do 4 in an hour. You'd have to, unless you get triples
that's
or doubles.
The thing, right? So yeah, I would.
Because you can't play a flat rate because let's say customer Joe orders one sandwich from Potbelly, not going to pay you $10 to deliver it when they're only making $2 on it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's got to vary. If you order $300 from B-Dubs, okay, I'll pay you $20 for this one because I'm making bank on it.
Right. No, that's true. It's hard to say. I think I would do DoorDash for, an average $35 an hour. I would do if I could make that.
Yeah. They do offer, I haven't seen it. Well, I guess I have seen it. They do offer you can work either hourly or per order on DoorDash when you sign on. I've never done the hourly before.
Yeah.
And you're only paid when you're doing the order. If you're just sitting there, you're not getting paid. So
Right.
John says no tipping service won't work because consumers will use the competitor apps to save money. True.
Yep. No, it is true.
All right.
There's always going to be somebody downplaying other hourly is $10 an hour. Holy moly! There's no way I would do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one.
No, we're doing an ad spot. We're going to do Middleton Tech. We talked about it earlier. You can go to our description and all the platforms and click on the link and download Gary's apps. Basically, you have Maximo, FlexAlert, and Driver Utility Helper. As if you're looking at the live stream, the one on the left is Maximo, the one on the right is Driver Utility, and then you know what FlexAlert is. FlexAlert's for Amazon Flex, Driver Utility Helpers for DoorDash, and then Maximo's for everything else. All these apps work to keep you safe around the road and to make more money. I use Gary's apps every time I go out, every single time, and I don't do it without them. Right. I wouldn't work without them. And yes, I do pay for them every month, but it is a write-off. Why aren't you doing this? It'll make you more money, and it will keep you from rear-ending some asshole in front of you. So go ahead and download Gary's apps.
Right. The only reason why I'm not using them is because I'm only using Uber.
Well, yeah. Well, I am only using Uber too, but I'm using it as I don't want to drive 20 minutes,
Right.
and I don't want to decline it. I want it to decline it for me.
Oh no, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but I mean, I would say it's more beneficial for me on DoorDash.
Right.
But you're different. You're working a specific time.
Right.
That you're probably going to take everything because it's busy.
Well, and I am also, I mean, I don't have Exxon. I don't have Exxon.
True. Yeah.
I refuse to do the stupid X rides.
God, you're so bougie with those.
Well, but I just don't want to. Every time I turn X on, my average goes down. Okay.
Hold on. I got to answer some of these. Hourly is $10 an hour. That varies. It can be more than that. Right. Tom says, I don't work in Chicago at. I'm not sure what that means.
At the moment?
At the moment?
No.
Did we talk about him? Anyways. All right, moving on.
I thought you were going to talk to one. So. Hey, it's Catherine.
She's late.
Yeah, where were you, Catherine?
All right, you want to read the little thing while I put the pictures up?
Go ahead. So this one here is it a DoorDash order? I mean,
probably
for something anyway. So, oh yeah. Well, we tried DoorDash is what it starts with.
My God.
Waiting outside, I heard loud bass music, and this minivan rolls up to my front gate. The doors slide open, and I tell them to turn the loud music down as my 75-year-old dad is asleep. They were supposed to be here at 6:55. They showed up at 7:30. I was appalled at the amount of garbage that was stacked between the seats. And then she picked up our food off the floor of the back seat. I told them I did not want that food, and I wanted my money back. They gave me some excuse that they just moved here, and I asked them what that does have to do with anything. What does it have to do with your car looking like a trash can? He then yelled, Amelia, get in the car, and did a burn out down the road. They took our food, and that was it. DoorDash, clean your car, moving.
It's bad.
Movie night fun.
It's so bad.
PSA. This is no way aimed at Little Caesars. We love this restaurant and always look forward to movie night. I don't know if you... So anyway, Caesar Pie is basically... It's so... I would have turned down the food too.
100%.
Holy moly.
I often worry about when I do get my food delivered. Like, I don't ever look outside. You know what I mean? But God dang, that was bad. I mean, the food was probably fine. It probably was.
Yeah, I mean, the food might have been fine, but the cockroach that climbed into the box because of the trash totes in the car. Holy moly, that got food too.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. It's just
nasty.
It's just gross. I mean, and honestly, just pick up your trash. Like, it's not that hard. Like, literally get a garbage bag and just pick it up. It's not like even if you are living in your car, I'm sorry, that sucks. Right. But you can still pick up your trash.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just every time I drive, I get comments all the time. This is the cleanest car I've ever been in for an Uber car.
Yeah. And it's not even that clean.
I vacuum it.
Yeah, I vacuum it. I touch up, like I wipe a few things down.
And I put a new scent on there, right?
Me too. And they're like, wow, this is a clean car.
It smells so nice in here.
You know what I get? They're like,
minimum effort.
Yeah. Minimum effort. I get oh man, that's so nice in here. Like, this has got to be a newer Honda Pilot. I'm like, no, sir, it's 13 years old and it has 257,000. They're like, what? I'm like, what cars have you ridden in? Like, if you really look close, there's some scratches, there's some rust. I mean, come on. Jesper or John says maybe because it's practically brand new. No, I've ridden in Jesper's car. His kids trash it.
Well, not the van. The new van is nice.
Well, now that your son has his own car, he can trash his own shit.
That's what he does. I don't care. He's like my car.
Tom randomly asked about the picnic date, which we're not talking about. It's September 23rd.
Yes.
Right? Is that right?
I think so.
I just spit on my microphone.
Yeah. And why is it later than normal?
Because Janet's coming to town.
There you go. Janet is in town.
Where is she? I haven't seen her tonight. She's usually on.
Busy or something.
Uber has been like that. 265 standard. Oh, for the minimum ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so used to that. I don't know why why does it seem so much lower on Uber or on DoorDash? Because I think you have to drive and get out of the car. At least with Uber, you don't literally have to move, just your leg to drive. So it doesn't feel as
That's what I like to do. I'm sitting on my ass for 6 hours.
That's why it's not as offensive. But me driving to B-Dubs, getting out, having to go through a crowd
Right.
and then drive for $250 seems more insulting.
Insulting.
I read John's. Jason is eating his mic. You can pull this. All right, this video is so adorable.
This
this
is
guy,
an awesome video.
this old guy, I'm sure you've seen it, but I've not seen it, so we're gonna watch it. It's 2 minutes and 14 seconds, which sounds like a lot, but it's worth it. So this is a guy that's surprised about a self-driving car.
Do you trust this? Oh my God. Oh, here he is. Well, that's a car. What's your thing on top? A jaguar.
Hello, Amanda.
Oh my goodness. You got a jaguar. Where is the guy? What?
Buckle up.
Well, where?
Headed to Vanity Coffee Company.
Oh no, Amanda. Do you trust this? Amanda. I mean, oh my God. I cannot believe this.
Are you buckled?
Yes, I want to be buckled. Oh no. Well, where? Well, how did it get down here?
I called it.
You called it.
I did.
Call who?
The car.
There's no driver.
I know.
Oh. Amanda, is that, in other
Jerry
words,
says he's scared.
I am too. In other words, you're selling these? Well, where's Jenny? We got big. Amanda, look at you. Amanda, but won't this car get what are the cops will see this?
Here we go. Intersection.
I don't. I'll never forget this. Never.
We're turning.
Amanda.
Coming up on a car.
The car did a better job than if somebody was driving.
You just said the same thing. You two said the same thing.
But I don't try.
Uh-oh.
Amanda.
Why are we slowing down?
Oh no. Now what?
I don't know why
See?
it's slowing down.
See, Amanda? I told you. That's
Maybe it's
that
just being careful here.
technology. Well, now we're going to have to walk, probably.
I'm not sure.
Anyways, Jesper, breaking news. My wife just said your car alarm just went off and scared the shit out of us, but it's fine now.
My alarm?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had an alarm.
Did you set it off when you bent down? Did your keys press something?
Maybe I did.
You didn't even know you had an alarm, like a panic button or
It
something?
has a panic button. So
I wonder how it shut off by itself. But she's like, Jesper's car just went off and scared the shit out of us. Sorry, honey. Anyways,
you're welcome.
yeah. John Boomers. That guy was more than a boomer. That was like a World War II vet.
Yeah.
But that's so funny. At the end, it was like it had trouble. Like that's what I experienced when I drove the Tesla. But oh, by the way, I drove during Laugh Fest a electric BMW.
Was it nice?
It was faster than the Tesla.
Oh,
I mean,
why do you know that?
I don't know that. I don't know that. It had great acceleration. Great acceleration.
Oh.
Anyways, that old man was cute. And I love how excited he was.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
moving on. Trip radar.
There you go. So, did you put the pictures up?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, I think the biggest thing about and we all know that I absolutely hate the trip radar.
Right.
And
If you have Gary's apps, it just declines them for you. You don't even see them. It's
I
the most
know.
beautiful thing in the world.
So, yeah, 1794, right? For a 33-minute ride.
That's not why I posted this.
Oh.
So sorry, I should have told you.
No,
The distance is about exactly the same. It's coming from the same airport
right.
to the same area, and look at the price difference.
Right.
That's why I posted it.
Four.
Well, it's almost $18. Yeah, it's almost $4 or $3.15. I mean,
Right.
Why the difference?
Well, it could be many different things. It could be traffic. It could be
True.
a little bit more time or whatever. I mean, it's only one more minute.
Yeah, I mean the ratings are different.
But it could also I mean, it doesn't say the time. It could be that there's a small search on one of them, not the other one.
No, it would pop up. The surge would say that. You know that. But I'm just saying it says 33 minutes. The other one says 34 minutes. I mean, it's literally 0.2 of a mile longer.
Well, it could be that the second one. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I
No.
would just threw it up there, and I've seen a lot of people like posting side by sides of same routes on different phones,
Right.
and they're like $5-8 difference. It's just strange to me.
I thought you posted them because they're absolutely stupid.
Oh, they're
rides.
dog shit rides. There's no doubt about that. They're dog shit rides.
Like, there's no way I would drive 25 miles
Right.
for $17 to $18.
All right, as we're wrapping up here, let's see. I'll talk about that in the Patreon. Let's do a quick ad for we already did Gary's ad. Sorry, I did it in reverse. Octopus tablet. The link is in the description. I used mine today. Currently, right now, between now and Sunday, it is something to do with St. Patty's Leprechaun Day. What a fucking idiot. St. Patty's Day. If somebody presses your button, on the thing, you get every time somebody presses it, you get a chance to win one of $500 gift cards.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Again, you can earn up to about $100 a month. There's an activation bonus right now, so at least your first month, if you drive, it's $125.
I still haven't gotten mine yet. I want mine.
I want you tomorrow. Your goal tomorrow, not work for Engine.
I'm sorry. What, you want me tomorrow?
I want you every day. Your goal for tomorrow is to get this shit working. So anyways, download it. This is a great way to make extra money. I mean, we're all trying to pay for the $3.55 gas that I filled up today with, and this will help take the pain a little bit away from that. So check it out. The link is in the description. Let's talk about this last story, and then we'll wrap.
Sounds good.
The guy that invested $180K.
That is very interesting, and I'm not sure I would have done it. But hey, anyways, the interesting part is, why won't it load? Come on, I have it open. It won't. There you go.
I had to put a different link in there because the one you shared or I shared, it was from Market Watch, and you had to be a subscriber.
Oh, okay.
So you wouldn't have been able to read it. So I pulled it from somewhere else.
That's fine. My computer is very, very slow.
It's okay. I'll cut all this out.
You cut all this out.
The audio. You got
No, that's fine. So, anyways, a man started Uber Black business, has account shut down for suspicion of fraud.
Oh.
After spending $180,000. So basically, the guy wanted to buy, like, he was doing pretty well on his Uber Black, and so he's like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy 2 cars. Yep. And I'm gonna get the necessary. I guess you need to have a special license to get an Uber Black.
Yeah, I think you do. Not everyone can
anyways,
do it.
he says he spent $170,000 on cars and $10,000 on a license.
Okay.
Basically, bought a Chevy Tahoe and a Mercedes.
So is this something that, as you read through, is this something?
It's weird because he spent $180,000, right? So, anyways, he's bought a bunch of money on cars. He spent $10,000 on a commercial license, and the moment he did that, because he did all this, Uber says, "We don't believe that you're using this. We believe you are sharing this account with somebody else. We're shutting you down."
Okay.
So that's what happened. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, is this something that we were talking about earlier? How we wanted to create like.
So it wasn't. There's no talk to him using as a fleet account. No, that's not what it was. It's his own personal account. He just wanted to have 2 different cars on it, 2 nice cars, right? So and apparently, you could use one or the other one. But so Uber shut him down because they thought that he was splitting his account, having 2 drivers using 1 account.
Well, I mean, it kind of seems a little weird,
right? But I mean, wouldn't you think that Uber would have data to support that? Like, the account will be used at the same time potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't deactivate him because of that. I mean, there's no way you can. Yeah, you can't do that.
Anyways, according to recent reports, 40% of drivers said that they weren't given an explanation as to why they were fired. Bruce said that he wanted an explanation. How could that be? Bruce said he questioned the Uber. I'm an Uber Black driver. I bought this expensive car, got my commercial license. I shouldn't just be deactivated.
Right.
And so the state of Massachusetts conducts additional background checks for drivers on top of ones by the hiring company, the only state in the United States to have such a rule. So basically, yeah, I think the story ends by saying that he did actually get reactivated.
Yeah.
Because they kind of
the story went out and like
I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
But and so he's back on track. But I think the more interesting for me was, I mean, would you spend this amount of money on this to get into it?
No.
I mean,
John says, where did he get 180K? Hey, John, we're all, he might not be broke like us. He might actually saved his money.
And he's been doing it for a number. I mean, the story says Ubering isn't new to him.
Right.
So he's probably been doing it pretty well.
I don't understand how he gets 180 though. You bought two nice cars. Like, are you buying $100,000 cars?
Well, that's what I don't understand. The article goes is he spent 90,000 on cars
and 10,000 a license.
Yeah, so
that's 100.
Where's the rest of the 80 coming from? I don't quite know. So,
anyways, I don't know how people steal accounts. Anyways, I get not every day. If I'm regularly using Uber, they don't ask for a picture. But if I go for a week and not use it, the first thing they do is ask for a picture. Or if I go in and cash out, after I cash out, and I go sign on, they'll ask for a picture. So
twice last weekend when I
so I don't know how people are stealing accounts, because it's not like you can upload a picture. You have to take it right there.
Right.
Like they're going to verify. It'd be interesting if we were together one time and that happened. I would let you take a picture with my phone and just see see if they would approve
then
it.
You'll be deactivated.
Oh, that would be. That's true. I'm not rolling the dice on that. That'd be terrible. We spend 3 weeks with support to try to fucking figure it out.
Yeah, we were just having fun, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
I have fun too, yeah.
Yeah.
Deactivate.
Yeah. Bye. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy podcast. At 9:15, we'll be going live on Patreon, so there's still an opportunity.
You can still buy right now and get live.
Get live and get sexy. We have a couple of articles that we didn't get to. We're going to talk about the delivery service in India. Let's not forget about that.
Yep.
And yeah,
it's not a delivery service, it's a
drive-through service. Sorry. Yep. Hey, at least I got the right country right.
Absolutely.
So, and as always, guys, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
We're doing awesome with that now.
I know.